the difference between high school is like I feel that here in Canada people is vibing all the time. So during high school it's like it's just your responsibility sometimes. Here all people is vibing and you feel like it's going to school is not just another day. It's like a beautiful day and a beautiful experience every day.
Hi, my name is Shani. I'm the host for this podcast, and today I'm here with my guest, Ulises. Ulises is currently an international student from Mexico, and he's studying at Greystone College. Hi, Ulises. How are you?
Hi Shani, all good, all good. What about you?
I'm good. All right, so to start off, I wanted to ask you a little bit of a fun question. What's it been like to live in a country that has the winter that lasts pretty much half the year?
Oh, yeah. It's been a huge challenge. During my first winter, I felt so many cold. I feel that I didn't have enough clothes for the winter here in Canada, but after a couple of months, I think I adapt. It's a challenge, but if you wear the proper clothes, it's easy to adapt.
No, totally. I felt that too, honestly, and I'm from here, so all right, yeah. So basically, in this podcast, we're going to talk a little bit more about just your experience here in Canada. What's it been like for you in terms of like culture differences and just adapting to like just a life here, and what's it like going to school here, and also with like rent, tuition, all that sort of thing, and also like campus culture and just any fun activities maybe that your school does. So yeah. All right. So for my first question, or I guess my second question now, what is the difference for you to go to college here and versus high school?
High school. Well, college here, the big difference is because high school I did in Mexico. Big difference is that here in Canada you meet people from all around the world. Literally from Asia, Africa, Europe, South America, North America. So that's the huge difference. And the difference between high school is like I feel that here in Canada people is vibing all the time. So during high school, it's like it's just your responsibility sometimes. Here, all people is vibing, and you feel like it's going to school is not just another day. It's like a beautiful day and a beautiful experience every day. Yeah, that's the difference.
Okay, cool. And I'd like to ask you, what's it like living here, like and studying here in terms of like cost, rent, because we all know that living in Vancouver is a little bit expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive. It's like school is expensive, but it's high quality education, so it's worth it. Having a like Canadian education, at least in my country, gives you a high value. So like if I put my education in my resume, I actually have many opportunities in the future, right? And what was the other question? Sorry.
Oh, like what's it like in terms of like
Oh,
cost?
in terms of
Like
cost, it's
tuition,
like, for
books, rent.
example, yeah, may I talk about like the cost of my school? Like,
Mhm.
yeah, for 1 year, like no, for 2 years I paid for school like $1,100. So it's kind of expensive, but I think like if you work for it, it's totally affordable. Even if it's pricey, like for example in terms of rent, at least you I'm gonna pay like $1,000 each month, and groceries is also expensive. But the good thing is like if you find a job here, you can afford it. If, of course, if you are like smart, you take smart decisions about how you spend your money. Of course, you can do it. Like, but it is expensive. At least from where I come from, the currency are different. So we think like it is expensive until you start actually working and earning some money here. But I think like in terms expensive but affordable if you find a good job.
Yeah. For sure. And how do you like manage your to make it all work, like to make rent and school and groceries?
First thing first, you need to secure your rent expenses because of course if you don't have a place to live, you cannot do anything. Then
Right.
the groceries. Groceries, of course, in I put in like high priority school. After that, I mean, have a balance between the things. If you go out, don't spend too much like in drinks or like I don't know, like clothes, for example. Like if you are studying and working, you need to find a balance. So sometimes if you don't need some like really need like something, I sometimes just don't spend. I prefer to save money for future occasions. Like sometimes there are things that you don't expect and you need to spend money on that. Some like things like if you need to move or buy a new computer for school. So I prefer to have at least like some money saved. And yeah, in that way I do a plan about my expenses and that's how I manage my finance.
That's really smart. I wish I had a plan like that. Yeah, I
Yes.
think like for me though, like yeah, I think like I really like try to only also like spend on like essentials. I don't really like go clothes shopping just to like, splurge that much anymore. Like if I want clothes, like I'll usually buy them like secondhand, like on like a Facebook group where people are selling. So that way, I can get like really nice clothes. Actually, you can get some really nice brand clothes, but for like a lot cheaper, right? Because you're getting them like secondhand, and it's still really nice and it's still really good quality. And like, yeah, I think like also for me, like, well, I don't drink, so I think like going out for me is pretty affordable because I try to like when I go out get on guest list of places, so that way like I can still go out and have a good time, but don't have to like spend money to actually go out and have a good time. So I think yeah, no, I totally agree. I think that managing your money and making sure that your money is spent wisely is really important because obviously, yeah, like my rent too, I'm spending like $2,000 per month on rent and a little bit more. So it is a lot, and also like you have to factor in groceries, and here you could get very little groceries, and the bill will still end up being like $300 at the end of the day. So
Yes.
yeah, you definitely have to make sure that you're spending wisely.
Yes.
All right. So my next question is, how do you balance your school with like your social life? Like, how do you find a good balance between the two?
Well, it's yeah. Like the good thing is like in school I met a lot of friends, so I have my friends group. So most of the time we like I asked to my friends, "Oh, when's your day off? When are you free?" So we said like if you have free time, we schedule like we go to the beach or we go to party, to cinema. Right now in like festivals, but it's all about like balance right now in because summer I love summer here in Vancouver. Like I go out almost all the time. If I have time I go out, but during winter is another story. Like I prefer to stay home and chill, rest, cover like I hibernate like during winter, but during summer I am out all the time. So I think like the to have balance is to not put in risk your job, of course, and not put in risk your studies because my main objective right now is to finish my studies and also to have good work experience. So if I have time, I out. But if I feel that I the next day I'm gonna be tired for job or for school, then I just don't go out. I prefer like sometimes just a couple of drinks with my friends, just chilling, have a dinner with my friends sometimes, not big party. If I have some responsibilities the next day. If I don't, I just go out and party and vibe with my friends.
Right. Yeah, because it's important to always put your priorities first, right? Putting your school
Yes.
first, and then finding the free time that you have aside, and that's when you can go out and do things. But obviously, knowing your priorities is all right. And how did you adapt to like? So I know we talked a little bit about the weather, but how did you adapt to it? Like, because I know in Mexico the weather is very different. Obviously, it's a very different climate than Canada.
How do I adapt? Like honestly, here in Canada was the first time I had like temperate weather about like with temperature under 0 degrees. Like in Mexico, I never felt so many like cold because it's kind of good because I saw snow and it's like so funny to play with the snow. But the way I adapt is like just buying proper clothes, as I mentioned before. Because when I arrived, I felt that I have like a jacket, and that was good. That was going to be enough. But no, there are actually you need to wear like special clothes for the winter. Mostly if you want to go to the mountain, for example, to Whistler, you need to buy like your hat, your gloves, a jacket, winter jacket. Also, you need to wear like something under your pants to keep warm, your legs warm, and special socks also. So that's the way I adapt. Also, like of course at the beginning it is you feel like, oh, this is like so cold, but with the time you just like adapt. It's just going out and you feel cold, but you are not like suffering because of the cold. It's just like, oh, there is cold, that's all. And yeah, that's the way you adapt. Like, don't be at home all the time during winter. Actually, try to go out sometimes. That's the way you adapt. Especially if you have friends, there are always winter activities. So go out, enjoy. With the time, you won't even think about it. You just adapt. That's all.
Yeah, that's a very good tip actually. Going out and actually like just facing the cold and then you eventually adapt through that. I
Yeah.
think yeah, because for me, like I don't even like I live here and I've lived here all my life. For me, like I mean, going out in the cold was like for a while I was like I do not want to go out at all in the cold, and I thought like it was just better for me to be inside. But really, I don't help my body adapt to the weather either if I do that. So I've learned now to actually like just go out anyways, but just dress properly, and then I'll actually enjoy it.
Hmm.
So my next question would be like, what did you find about like the multiculturalism here, like, and the politeness of Canadians? Did you find the Canadian culture to be very polite, like Canadians to be very polite? Have you found, what do you think of the diversity here?
With the Canadian culture, they are very polite. They are really kind with newcomers, with international students. I feel that if you have any issue or a problem, people are willing to help all the time. Like at the beginning, I used to get lost in the subway, in the bus sometimes, and people was trying to help me. Like, okay, are you looking for what place? Can I help you? Sometimes some people even offer to drive you to the place you want to go. So that's really good about Canadian people. Even there are like sometimes it's hard to become close friends with Canadians. They are
Mm,
always willing to help, but to be a close friend is kind of difficult, and I can understand it because you here in Canada, at least in Vancouver, you are new people all the time. So sometimes it's difficult to attach to someone. Well, in the other side, with the international community, international students, I love it. Like it's one of my favorite things here. Like you can learn, you can share your stories, you can learn about another people's culture, food. That's one of my favorite things. Like trying food from I don't know, India, Thailand, Japan, and all the restaurants actually have like that if you go to a Japanese restaurant, the people who is cooking the food is actually from Japan. So the flavor and the taste is close to taste in like in the country where they are from. So yeah, I love it. Like of course, it's a huge challenge, because you work across cultures, you study across cultures. So in some point you need to be open to learn. Just don't stay with your personal beliefs. Also be try to listen to people, ask them why they think like that. And at some point it's always you learn. We born and raised in different countries, So of course our cultures are gonna be different, but that doesn't mean that we cannot be friends. We can be friends, like I can be friends with all the countries, and there are good people from all the countries. And here in Canada, most of the time I meet good people from countries I don't even expect. Like, I don't know, like people from Africa. I think I never met someone from Africa, even in Mexico. So, yeah, just love it, and I love to learn from other cultures. Yeah, it's my favorite thing of Vancouver.
Yeah, those are great answer, honestly. I mean, yeah, I think I love the multiculturalism here too, because like you said before, with like trying foods from different countries, like you actually have someone from that place making the food for you, which is really good because it makes, I think, the food like more authentic. Like having a Japanese
Yeah.
person making your sushi, having a Mexican person making your tacos, and you have that here because you have people from all over, so you can really just try foods from different countries as if you were almost in that country. And also, like, yeah, with the multiculturalism, like, it's good because it also helps open your mind. Like,
Hmm.
you can, I mean, it's kind of like traveling in a sense, right? Because you have your mind more open to different cultures, different perspectives, different opinions. And it's really good. It's really good to have an open mind. So, yeah, great answer. Now, my next question is, what kind of clubs does Greystone offer? Like, if any students are interested in joining a club or sports, is there any opportunities for that?
Yeah, there are many opportunities. They offer like sport club, like for example, basketball, soccer. There are also the one thing that I love is also like they have these job fairs, like every 3 months, every 4 months they have job fairs also. They for students who are here to study just English or French, they have clubs to with from other countries in English. That's a really good thing. So you can practice, you can meet people in the. So yeah, there are many things to do. I think because I busy all the time, I haven't joined any group, but I know they have like many activities. Also hiking groups. Yeah, there are many activities for new international students. So yeah, you if you are studying, like for example, at least my experience in Greystone is amazing. So you won't feel alone. You if you don't know people here, definitely you will meet people in one of the clubs, in your classes, even like your teachers. They are always willing to the clubs too. So yeah, it's a nice environment in Greystone. I love it.
That's really good. That's amazing answers. And now my next question is, what is it like to network at Greystone? Like, are there a lot of networking opportunities?
Yes, there are many network opportunities, mostly with the students. Like people have different backgrounds. Some people has like really good backgrounds, not just in Canada, in their countries. They have like good jobs. They know a lot of people. Also the teachers at Greystone, they have really good work experience here in Canada. They always want to help you, introduce you new people. Like if you want to the IT industry, they are always willing to help, to introduce you, to tell you like, okay, you can go to these coffee meetings during the and for IT professionals, and definitely you will find what are you looking for. So yeah, there are many opportunities. Also, the staff who works at Greystone, they are amazing, and they always are willing to with you to talk about, I don't know, professional stuff, or like, I don't know, academic topics. So yeah, there are like many opportunities like in staff, teachers, and students. Networking is one of the key to success. So yeah, learning from other people, be coached from different people from different backgrounds. It's just amazing.
It's good. That's amazing. I'm glad to hear that your school is like that. And now my other question is, do you have any like I guess tips for someone maybe who's new to networking or who's a little bit shy to network?
Oh, the thing is like, don't be shy. Like at some point, if you like take there's no risk, but if you try to talk to people, all the people are willing to help. Like, don't be shy. At some point, we all are learning during our whole life. So, like, who cares? Like, you just talk to people. Be kind. People will be kind to you, right? Try to the people talk about things they are really interested in. Like, for example, I meet this I don't know, this project manager, ask about his or her favorite project he ever managed, right? And from that you start like asking more questions. Be Listen to them and try to learn. And yeah, that's all. Like, if you want to share your experiences, they also listen to you. So don't be shy. Try to ask them the first thing. And the way I find more like easy to connect is to ask them about the things they like. Okay, tell me, what do you like? What's your favorite project? Oh, that's nice. Why do you like this project? What about the people who you work with? And they just start talking and talking and talking about their experiences. And at some point, you don't even see the time. Like, it's been like 1 hour and you are talking and talking with them. Yeah. So don't be shy and try to connect in the way they feel comfortable and they talk about things they like. At the beginning, of course, you can talk about like the things they don't like about, for example, projects. But yeah, first thing to get a good environment, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think that's a big thing too with networking, like what you just said, like huge. If you want to network with people, try to also get to know the person, but genuinely, like, be interested in getting to know what their interests are and what they like. Not to like see it so much as, oh, what can I get out of this person, but more like, okay,
Mm,
like, what do we
that's
have in
right.
common? Like, what are you interested in? And if there's some common ground there, then, you can definitely build a networking relationship. But networking shouldn't be about what you can get out of someone else, but just about genuine, authentic, like relationships and so yeah, I think that was
Yes.
a very good tip that you just gave there. Now my next question is, does Greystone have any like fun traditions, like any, I don't know, spirit weeks, any that they maybe do during some different seasons, like during Christmas or things like that?
To be honest, I haven't heard about like traditions at Greystone. To be honest, probably because I am busy. I am look for those. But no, I don't think they have like any tradition. If they have, sorry. If some Greystone student is hearing this, sorry. I didn't know, but no, I think they don't have so far.
No, okay, that's fine. Now, my next question is a little bit different, but I want to know, how do you stay motivated when it gets dark here, like in the winter time? Like how it gets dark earlier, like around like 5 p.m. and that sort of thing. How do you stay motivated?
Like, have a healthy life. Eat food, veggies, do sports also, it's really important. Try to, if you are feeling like, I don't know, alone, try to speak with your friends. Sometimes don't don't to your home country, like your family, to stay. All There are also many winter activities, and there are like many, places that you can visit. And yeah, like, winter is challenging, but you will find activities in what you like. Like, for example, you can go to Whistler to do snowboard if you like sports. If you like more like, you are into art, there are many galleries that you can visit. If you like to go to cinemas, there are cinematheques. There are many movie theaters. Not like just the famous one. There are like independent movie theaters and cinematheques also. Yeah, mostly that. Like, stay healthy. Like, if you have an issue during winter that you don't feel motivated, of course, big recommendation is to go to a professional, talk to them, and stay close to your family and friends. Do sports. That's really important, especially during winter, because we don't have sun, right? so you can feel like tired all the time. If you do sports, you vitamin D, so that's really
Mm,
important. Mhm.
very good tips. Thank you so much. And yes, obviously it's important to, keep your mental health well, and it was really good tip like you said. Yeah, if you are feeling, like down or, unmotivated, depressed, like yeah, talk to a professional. It is important. Yeah, like therapy, like it is available and it's really a lot of good opportunities here and affordable also opportunities here to find therapy in Canada. So that is a very good tip. Yeah, thank you
Sure.
for speaking about that because we don't usually speak about mental health, but it is something that I think we should talk about more.
Yeah.
All right, now my next question: how did you juggle like your studies and like your social life without like, or mainly your studies, I guess, without like burnout?
Burnout. Mm, I mean, balance my life. I don't feel that I'm burnout because I have many friends in school, so my experience is that every time I go to class, I have fun. I also try to be friend of the teachers too. With my social life, I mean, of course, sometimes I go to party and I am hungover, and then I go to school and I might feel burnout. But this is because I decided to, right? Because I had many fun the last night. So, like, I mean, have a balance with the things in your free time, things that you do during your free time. That's key. But also, like, sometimes if you go to school, you are like talking about this subject or another, and try to with people. That makes the experience really fun, and you don't feel like you that you are like struggling with it. Like every day and every class I have, I try to connect with people. That's the way I don't feel burnout. If I feel like I with people, I'm having fun, then I don't feel I burnout. Sometimes I feel tired, of course, but that's normal. Like, we are young, we are like creating new experiences. So that's the thing. Like, that's a difference about feeling burnout than just tired. Hmm.
Yeah, that's a great response. Thank you so much for coming to this podcast, by the way. It was such a pleasure. Like, yeah, being able to hear more about your experience in
Thank
Canada
you for
and kind
inviting
of
me.
just what it's like living in Vancouver in terms of like climate and all of that, and also school. So, yeah, in this podcast, just to recap, we talked a little bit about networking. We touched a little bit upon the weather and what's it like to, having to like survive a Canadian winter and obviously like making sure that you're well layered obviously and all of that. And yeah, also just about a little bit, we talked a little bit about mental health and how to stay afloat and things that you can do to you know just stay connected with people. And yeah, those are all really, really good topics that we talked about. And obviously, if you guys have any tips at home for those watching, please like put them in the comments and share your experiences as well, and tips on anything related and how to survive here. But yeah, now I just like to talk a bit about the next episode. So in my next episode, we are going to talk to Pernit, and Pernit goes to SFU, and she's going to talk to us about her experience studying at SFU. So yeah, but thank you so much, Ulises, for coming, and I'll see you guys in the next
Thank you,
episode.
Shani.
Bye.